Hi guys, just want to let you know that this is like breaking news, but not really. It's a day after everything's been signed for the student loan debt forgiveness. So first of all, hello, hi, how are you, my internet friends and strangers? If you don't know, this is Adding It All Up with Sarah, where we basically add up things in our lives. I'm a budgeting and cash stuffer, and I also full-time, I actually am a tax advisor. I have an EA, which is enrolled agent. So if you guys are looking for tax advice or tax things, let me know. I do work for a CPA firm. So I just want to kind of go over a little bit about this new student loan debt forgiveness and what does it mean to you. So first of all, I want to let you know that the deadline has been extended for the loan forgiveness, which it was supposed to be the 31st of this month. As filming this is the 25th of August. So it was supposed to be August 31st was when all the loan forgiveness, your first payment was going to be in September. They have extended that for the very last time. So you are looking at a January 2023 first payment that you will have to make on student loans if you have student loan debt, which I know a lot of my clients do. So, got to make that money somehow, honey, right? So then there are a couple of qualifying things that are happening today. So the first one is if you make under $125,000 as an individual, or if you are married filing jointly, which is basically your tax status on your actual tax return. That is for 250 and under, 250,000 and under. If you make less than that, you qualify for this program. If you make over that, they feel that you don't really qualify for the debt forgiveness and you can pay it on your own. So that being said, it is very important what your adjusted gross income will be this year on your 2022 tax return, because that's probably where they're going to pull a lot of this information from, or they're going to pull it from your 2021, to which then there's nothing you can do about it. If you want some tax strategies and some ideas, especially if you're really close to that breaking point, please let me know. There's certain things that you can do to reduce your AGI with HSAs, simple plans, stuff like that. So just let me know. But the cool thing is that you're going to get $10,000 in debt forgiveness if you fall under those thresholds. If you had a Pell Grant, you get a double. So it's like double bingo, right? So you get $20,000 of debt forgiveness. Now, Pell Grants are usually, there's a lot of people out there. They estimate it as over 6 million people that actually had a Pell Grant that went to school. So that tells me a lot of people in low income or no income basically have received Pell Grants in order to go to school. So they're basically forgiving $20,000 of that. And anyone knows that I don't even think you can go to state school for 10 grand anymore. I think OSU, last time I checked, if you were in state, it was still like 9,800. It was just like under the 10 grand, but it's still expensive, right? So that was that on there. So the relief is also capped. So if you only have, 7 grand left on your student loan debt, it's only going to pay 7 grand. It's not going to give you 3 grand extra. So they'll just forgive all of your debt at that point. Same with the Pell Grant. Like if you have 17,000 in loans still, they're only going to pay up to the 17,000, and then they're going to, that's going to be forgiven. So it's not a refundable thing to you. So, which makes sense because they're forgiving the debt. I'm still wondering if they're going to tax this, which I don't think they will, but that law hasn't been written yet. They said they wouldn't. We'll see. So now this is the question everybody wants to know. Sarah, how do I get this debt relief? Well, it's very simple. Right now, if you are not subscribed to the U.S. Department of Education, please go there and subscribe to them for your emails, because they are going to be launching a very simple application. Now, this is the government and they're saying it's simple. So I don't know how simple it's going to be, but I am going to walk through it with my daughter to see if it is simple. And if it's simple, I'll let you guys know. If it's not, I will let you guys know. I'm hoping it's super simple. So they will be launching an application that you can actually put in all of your information. And why is that important? Well, because a lot of people have moved in the last 2 years. So maybe they don't have your new information. You've changed jobs, your income has changed. Maybe you've gotten laid off. Maybe you haven't gotten laid off. Maybe you got a new promotion. Maybe you got a job. So there's a lot of income deciding factors, which I will talk about here in just a second, because it's a very important, because this is part of the executive order that is, I think, probably the better of the two. Man, I really wish, this had been around a couple years ago. I mean, it would have been very helpful for my daughter. So hold on, I'm trying to get my notes. You guys, this stuff is hard. It's complicated. It's not easy. And I've been doing this for years, 20 years. So sometimes it's like, where am I at again? And what are we doing? Okay. So basically the really cool part about this is that they're going to require borrowers not to pay any more than 5% of the discretionary income on undergraduate loans. What does that mean? So if you're an undergrad, which is mean basically 1 to 4, you're not in graduate level and it's not graduate level classes. It used to be 15% of your discretionary income had to go to student loan debt. Now only 5%, five guys, only 5% has to go to student loan debt. So this is an income driven. It's income driven. So that is why it's so important to make sure that you have the U.S. Department of Education have all your information. So I'm sure they'll be cross-checking it with some kind of IRS thing. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. But I'm sure there'll be some kind of double check to make sure that you're, submitting your tax returns right and whatever and blah, blah, blah. So from that, why does that even matter? Because if you are earning under the 225% of the federal poverty level, which is basically equivalent to a $15 an hour job. So what does that mean? If I make $15 an hour and I work 40 hours a week and I work all year long, I am considered poverty level, okay? So you will not have to make a monthly payment. Well, Sarah, isn't my interest going to keep growing on my student loan debt? No, because the government's going to pay your interest on that loan. Because it says no borrower's loan balance will grow as long as they make their monthly payments, even if that monthly payment is 0. So good news is that you could pay, if you got extra cash or extra money throughout the year, you could actually pay down your loan faster because you were making less money. Just saying, a budget's a good thing, guys. It's a very wonderful thing. The other thing is that loan forgiveness balances are going to be 10 years instead of 20 years now, with any borrowers with loan balances less than $12,000. Guys, a lot of people that use the public service loan forgiveness program, they don't have $12,000. I'm sure there's a lot of them out there, but the ones I see are like 250, 350, 187. And this is all student loan debt that is part of the public service loan forgiveness. And so that's a whole nother subject. So if you want to hear more about that, let me know. Just put the comments in the comment section and I'll talk about that. But that stops October 31st for prior periods. So I don't know if you follow this and you have it, you probably know that they were having a very hard time verifying and getting people to actually do the prior periods. And it was just very confusing and no one really know. And me as an accountant, I couldn't even tell. I was like, I have no clue. Like, I have no idea. Like, I don't even know what they're talking, because they're talking a different language than the government even talks. So they actually are extending that to October 31st, but they are doing a hard cutoff on October 31st. So if you don't have that information in by October 31st, basically for prior periods, it's cutting off. And November 1st, there's a new one that's coming out. So I'll know more about that later. But as of right now, it's saying that a new one's going to come off. So this bill is actually covering borrowers. It's covering people. It's covering, it's not a bill, I should say. It's an executive order from President Biden. So if you want to know more about it, it is on the federal student aid website. Basically, the whole entire thing is laid out piece by piece by piece for you guys. And I will come back and let you know if that application is actually simple or if it is really messed up. Because Lord knows the FAFSA is not easy. So Thank you, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll be back with more tips. Bye.